Welcome to the Self-Belief Podcast, the show that we shift your self-belief in, because self-belief shifting shifts everything. If you ever find yourself stuck in your own head, overthinking, doubting yourself, or craving something when everything you're saying to yourself is negative, I've created an affirmation card pack just for that moment. Affirmations are the things that changed my world. Realizing that I could say positive words to myself about myself was a turning point in my life. These aren't cards that you pick based on how you want to feel. You don't choose. You shuffle and pick one at random. You're not deciding which card to take. You're given the card you need to hear. Each card holds a simple grounding statement that's clear and easy to read to yourself. You read it, you repeat it, and then you say it again. They're designed for you to use when you need them. You can pop the card in your pocket, in your purse, or even in your bag to keep it with you for the day. You can also put it on the fridge, on your computer, or the place that you go to most during the day, reminding you of those words. You use it when you notice your thoughts are going negative, in the morning, during the day, or when your head starts running away with you. If you want to have my affirmation support there for you, the pack's available now. The link's in the show notes, or you can buy from my website, www.jennyfield.co.uk. You know those moments where you only realise what you felt after it's happened? When you've already said yes, when you've already explained yourself, and you've already walked away from the conversation. And then maybe later when you're driving or making dinner, you think to yourself, oh, I didn't actually want to do that. Or I didn't want to say it like that. Well, that's what I want to talk to you about today. Welcome back to the Self-Belief Podcast. I'm Jenny Field, your self-belief expert from Just Being Me. So today we're going to talk about the power of just noticing. Because awareness is what starts your growth. Not changing everything, not setting big rules, not suddenly becoming someone completely different. Just noticing. Noticing how you behave, noticing how you react, noticing what you feel and what you think. Most of the time awareness doesn't arrive in some big dramatic way because it's much quieter than that. It's those small things you catch as you move through your day. You hear yourself agree to something and afterwards you think, oh, I don't want to do that. You notice the tone you used in that conversation. You feel that drop in your stomach when somebody says something and you realise it affects you more than you expected. They're not huge breakthroughs, right? They're just small moments where you become aware of yourself. As I said, you usually see it afterwards. You walk away and then you think about it. You replay it in your head, you realise what you did. But when you practice consistent awareness, something shifts. You actually start to notice during the moment rather than after it. You hear your own words as they're coming out. You feel the tension in your body as it builds. You recognise that familiar urge to explain yourself or fix something. And that shift matters. Not because you're suddenly changing everything, but because you're no longer completely on autopilot. You're present enough to see what's happening. And once you can see it, then there's choice. Even if you don't use that choice straight away. A lot of people try to make big changes too quickly. They decide they're going to stop reacting, stop people pleasing, stop explaining. But you know, if you've spent years reacting in a certain way, suddenly trying to behave completely differently can feel exposing. And your brain will read that as unsafe. Your system prefers steady adjustments, small steps. And that's why trying to run before you can walk always ends in frustration. It's not because you're not capable, it's because your brain needs to feel safe. So smaller steps matter. Not those dramatic declarations, not proving that you've changed, just one moment where you notice and maybe choose slightly differently. Or even just notice and don't change anything yet. Those smaller steps help your brain stay calm enough to adjust. Change that feels safe is change that lasts. Another thing I see a lot is people expecting awareness to make them feel confident straight away. They think it will look like strong boundaries or always knowing what to say. And what usually happens instead is much, much quieter than that. You start trusting what you noticed, even if you don't act on it yet. You stop replaying every interaction quite as much. You feel more settled inside of yourself because you're just not fighting what's happening. You're simply aware of it. And this part is important. Noticing without turning what you see into a problem about yourself. That's really important, because awareness can easily slide into self-criticism. You notice a reaction and then you immediately judge it. You think to yourself, oh, I should be better than this, or I should know better by now. And when that happens, I want you just to pause. You don't need to analyse it. You don't need to correct yourself. Come back to what actually happened, what you said, what you did, how it felt, and that's enough. That's awareness doing its job. And the more you practice it, just like that, the more you start to trust yourself. Not because you've got everything right, but because you're willing to see yourself clearly. And that is what changes things. And you know, if you need support with that, reach out to me, because I'm here to listen and I'm here to help. Thank you for being here with me today. I'll see you next time. Thanks for listening today. If you'd like to know more, you can find all the links down below. Oh, and don't forget to press subscribe so you can catch the next one. See you soon.